What's going on? This is O from CLO Ed TV. Today I'm going to show you how to make patches like this in t-shirt designs in Inkscape. Let's get into the video. Inkscape is a free software you can download. So if you'd like to follow along with me, go to inkscape.com, download the software, and you can design with me. Okay guys, now Inkscape is a free program. You can download it offline. I'll make sure to leave the website link in the description underneath the video. Main thing you want to focus on here is here you have your document layout. You also have your rules at top and left, toolbar on the left, and various buttons on the right and the top, and we'll go through them as we work. Okay, I'll start off with this file first, and you can see the various different layouts that I have here. So I guess we'll start with a new patch that I want to do, which is going to be a cloud patch. Okay, so clouds have a rounded shape, so the first thing I will gravitate to is the ellipse. All right, so I'm just going to click on the ellipse tool, which is right here. I'm gonna draw my shape. Now, right now the fill and stroke is yellow and black. I can hold down the control button on the keyboard and stretch that out. Now, looking at it right now, I want to get my color scheme to what a cloud would be, and I'm just going to start with a basic white. And over here in this panel, you can notice there's different tabs that I have set up. One is fill and stroke. I'm going to keep the fill white. The stroke I'm going to get rid of. So if you look at the shape right now, it's just basically a circle. All right, and I'm going to copy this a few more times. Control C, Control V. And this is going to make the sort of puffs in the cloud, okay? And I'm just going to focus on this real quick, zoom in a little bit so you can see it. And I'm just going to vary the size a little bit. Okay, Control C, Control V. Kind of want to build up. All right, Control C, Control V. And that's the perfect shape for the cloud itself. Might end with one more. Control C, Control V. And this cloud is perfect. Now, if you don't want the cloud to be puffy on the bottom, you can use like a flat rectangle to flatten it out, and that will allow you to have that flat surface. So I'll do two versions of that. So right now, I'm just gonna select everything that I have. Gonna go to Object or Path and hit Union. Now it's all one piece. So if I color changed it like this, it would all be one piece, okay? So I'm gonna go back to white. Now, I'm just gonna slide this over right here. And we'll just go outside of the page for right now. And I'm gonna duplicate this cloud. And then what I'm gonna do with the cloud, sort of like mock-up style, is I'm going to add the flat base to the second cloud, and then also add some raindrops. So in this case, I'm going to choose my rectangle. I'm going to draw the rectangular box, and I believe that will do. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get my move tool, select both pieces. I'm going to go to Path and Union, and that's how you join those two together. Now for the raindrops, what I'm going to do is same concept. Now, what I'm going to do is when you in Inkscape, when you click on the square, the first click is going to add a rotation. The second click is going to add a scaling handle. You'll notice this. I'll zoom in so you can see it. Okay, and as you can see here, you have the rectangle, and we click it again, you have the rotation, and that's what you want. Now, in order to control and have it snap on each rotation, you hold down Control, and I want it just like that. So what you want to do is, once you get it to this point, this is going to form the point at the top of the raindrop. All right, next I'm going to zoom out, holding shift and pressing the mouse wheel down. Getting my circle, holding down Control, and that should be good enough. Now, I'm gonna overlap these two and you're gonna see that raindrop begin to form. All right, so now I'm gonna resize this. I'm gonna make sure that my snaps are on. And in order to turn the snaps on, snaps are over here. You'll see a magnet and you wanna press that magnet, and these are the different options for the snap. And there's different things you can snap on. I'll go over that more in another video. So here, I'm just gonna click here and make sure that this shape is gonna snap right on the corner. Okay, now that it's snapped, I'm gonna resize this guy, holding Control right there, and I'm gonna bring it on down. All right, now I can begin to resize and resize. There's my raindrop. All right, and then now I take this, same thing, path, union. All right, now I just want to make it a little skinnier, and then I can go into my node manipulator and I can just take the single node, I can move it up, and don't worry about it if it's a little misshapen. You can always change the type of node or delete a node. I'm just going to delete this node, and you can change and manipulate things here. So here I just manipulated those nodes. Same thing here. Here's another node. You don't necessarily need it. So you can always manipulate those nodes. So I'm going to zoom out. Now I can add the raindrops to my clouds. So I just have to shrink them down and adjust them. Add a little bit of rotation. Zoom in. Now obviously you could use a pen tool to make these raindrops, but I just opted to use two shapes and join them. And that's the perfect symbol for me to represent a cloud. All right, now I'm ready to take this and I'm going to take the bottom one, and that's going to be one of my patches. So now I can group these together. Right click, group. Just going to shrink it down, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see that I'm going to make sure that it fits nicely into my window for the patch. And there it is. So in this particular patch, I'm going to color it black. Okay, you're going to notice that when it's black, it's going to do the vector etching. Okay, the red outline is going to cut it out. But I also need to do another variation of the same patch, and it's going to be inverted. So that way the leather will show through. Once it's burned on the laser, the leather will show through. Now I'm going to subtract the shape again. This time I'm going to turn the fill and this particular shape black. I'm going to take this and make it white just for the demonstration and purposes so you can see it. I'm going to select both of these shapes, and this time I'm going to do difference, which is like subtracting. There we go. Center, centered. All right, looks great. So let me zoom out. And now you can see I've got different patches here, different iconic shapes, different patches for some different hats that I need to make. So hopefully you enjoyed the design segment of this video. Now we're going to take these and turn them into these. So that's the next step. We're going to go over to the laser and cut these out so that way we can sew these onto the hats. Let's do it. For the first step, I'm going to use this piece of excess laser I've had. As you can see, I already cut 3 patches out. So I'm going to use this piece to cut out that new cloud patch we made on the computer. And I'll use another piece for the hammer patch that I made on the computer. All right, let's get to it. Here you can see one of the patches I already have loaded up here. This software is called K40 Whisper, which is also a free laser software. And as you can see, the 3 colors it uses is black, blue, and red to figure out how it etches out the patch. Now you can see the cloud patch that we designed in Inkscape. And we're gonna take this cloud patch and we're gonna load that up. It's already loaded up. And once I hit laser etching, it's gonna go ahead and burn the black areas. And then when I'm ready to cut the patch out, I hit vector cut. Alright, ladies and gents, so the patches turned out awesome. So the next step is I'm gonna take these patches and add them to the stack of hats. We're gonna do that by sewing. The hats and these patches will be available on CLO Learn Shop. The patches will come in sets of 4, and you can apply this with heat and bond. So you don't necessarily need to know how to sew. You just put your iron on, apply it to whatever garment you want to put this on, and it will stick to it. Since the patches are done, I'm gonna take these patches and sew them onto the stack of hats I have here. All right, so that's the next step. Let's get to work. Guys, I had a blast making this video. You can pick up a hat such as this one here or here at cololearnshop.com. Also, if you'd like to pick up a set of patches or your very own hat or beanie, visit cololearnshop.com and you can pick up these items on the website. Hopefully you learned something new about Inkscape and how to make logos and graphics with Inkscape. There will be course offerings online. Courses will be available soon on Logo Design and Inkscape. Also in my course, we'll be doing more advanced designs such as this car magnet right here. Lots of colors and gradients and learning about layout design. Also, you can check out these courses at cololearnshop.com. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And once again, stay close to God, have fun designing, and guess what? I'll see you on the next video. Take care.